It is early May 2026, and Gizmo is helping me film a video of my truck setup for camping. And the lighting is bad, so I'm going to do the second part in different lighting. Alright, so this is a camping setup for my truck camp. And I've not seen another setup like this on YouTube for a truck cap, which is the reason I'm making this video. Otherwise, there's plenty of other videos out there and I wouldn't do it. So hopefully this gives someone a good idea. I think this is a better build, certainly for me. What this is a rock and roll bed. And I have not seen a rock and roll bed used in a truck camping setup. It's only in van builds. That's where I found it, was van builds. So what I had before was I had what I'll call a more traditional setup, and traditional in the sense that I watched a lot of build videos on YouTube to get some ideas about how to set my truck camp up. And what they typically have is they'll have a bed on one side and they'll have some cabinets or shelves on the other side. So I built some shelves, and I originally had a chair in the back to sit in. And one of the problems I had was in the summer it wasn't a big deal. So in the summer, I spent a lot of time outside of the truck. And so I didn't need to get in and out as much. But in the winter, when I'm trying to keep the hot air in, I've got a heater going. And that was another problem I had. I have it covered, but this is a Wave 3 heater, propane heater. And in the winter, when I was trying to cook or something, I didn't have my cooler back here. I didn't have room for it, because I had basically a corridor here on this side to get in and out of the back, and it was a pain getting in and out with the bed on one side, walking down this little corridor, trying to climb around my heater. Originally I had a smaller sink here, but it was still a pain to climb around everything, get in and out, and then I'd forget something when I'm cooking and have to get back out, and it became a royal pain. So what I really wanted was I wanted to have my cooler back here, and I needed a way to do that. And so I started trying to think of other things I could do. I thought about, fifth wheels and all that sort of thing, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted a simple setup in the back of my truck. I'm trying to get in and out of places fast, and so I didn't want the trailer. And I also looked at truck campers, and I like the truck camper because one of the nice things about those is they have a sleeping area and a kind of a dining, cooking area. So I like that idea, but the trouble with those was you have to have a big monster truck to carry those things because they're typically very heavy. They do make some lighter weight ones, but most of them are a big heavy beast. They require a beast of a truck. So with the rock and roll bed, you kind of get some of the best things. You get the kind of a dining, sitting area with it, which is really nice. I was able to put my cooler back here, or it's an ice cold fridge. So my refrigerator is back here, and I can keep the doors closed in the winter, keep all the hot air in, and I can cook and do whatever I need to. And I can, I've got a pretty big table. You can customize the table. This is a swivel table, so it just kind of moves back and forth. Very nice. Didn't have that before. Didn't have room for it. This is a big one, but you can make smaller ones too, and actually have this right here is actually a little table. So when I'm done eating and cooking, I'll take this one off, and sometimes if I want to have a surface to put something on, I'll put this little table on, and it screws on. So it's a black pipe swivel table, which you'll see in some other YouTube videos. So none of these ideas are really my own, except for putting it in the back of my truck. Like I said, I've not seen the rock and roll bed in the back of a truck setup. Nobody else seems to do that. I'm sure somebody out there has, but I haven't seen the video, so that's why I'm making this one. So I've only used this setup twice. I've gone on 2 trips with this, and it is night and day different from the other design. It is so much better, so much nicer. I've done it in warm weather too, and it's even nice for warm weather. The bed is easily, it folds down into a bed. You just grab the bottom piece and it folds down into a bed very quickly. So it's easy to set up to a bed or pull back up to a chair, very easy. So I'm not going to go through the way I did it unless there's a request for it. I think there's a lot of other better videos than what I can do that show how to do it. There's a channel called, it's from 6 years ago. This is 2026 now, and on the other channel it says the video's from 6 years ago, and the title of the video is Van Conversion Bed Folding Sofa Design DIY and Easy. And I agree with that. This is and one more thing, the channel name is Eric Enjoys Earth. And this was very easy to make. I don't have any special tools, done mostly with hand tools except for my chop saw. And you circular saw to cut the plywood for the bed, cordless drill to do everything. The only thing I did differently than on some of the other channels on the van builds is I don't have any brackets on the legs. They're simply screwed in and wood glued on there, so they seem pretty solid to me. So anyway, just to summarize, this is a great setup for sleeping, for dining in here, for cooking, for lounging. In the lounge, I'll kick my feet up. I'll grab I have a little step stool and I'll put a cushion on it and have an ottoman back here and kick my feet up, watch YouTube videos or whatever. So it's really nice. It opens up the entire back area here when you do this, so that the original corridor that I had, you can fill it with stuff. So I've got my ice cold fridge, I've got a sink. I made a better sink with a full square sink here that's nice. It's got a foot pump on it, and I've got fresh water in the back. I think that's most everything I wanted to talk about. So hopefully somebody finds this useful if you happen to see the video. I know I found a video from a very small channel from, I think it was over a decade ago when I was originally building this. On this one, I have not made any holes into the truck or any modifications to the truck. Everything can be pulled out. And one of the things I saw when people do their cabinets and their shelves, they never talked about how to get them in here and get them to stay. And in some cases, the things are probably just heavy, and like the bed here, it's just kind of, for the most part, loose. And I've driven around, it doesn't move any, it's fine. I do put it into the bed mode when I'm driving. I don't leave it in the chair mode so that I can see out the back window. But the YouTube video I saw a long time ago, I think it was over a decade ago, the guy showed how he secured the shelves to the side. So I did that in mine and found it helpful. So hopefully someone finds this video helpful. All right, adding one final thing to the video, just wanted to show it in bed mode. You grab the bottom here, you just pull out, and the thing slides right down. And you see the 3 cushions, and these are simple no-sew cushions. No skill to make the cushions, memory foam in them. One other little thing is I put a pull rope right here, and you just grab that and you pull up to get the thing started moving, and then you come from the bottom and you push on this to get it into the chair mode. In video.